Hi, this is Jake with Ohio Power Tool, and I am here with the new Milwaukee Hardline Knife. These have not quite hit store shelves yet, but I'm gonna unbox this one right now and go through what I think about it. I cheated and opened it beforehand. It's got a lot of metal to it. Some of the older knives, it seemed like the construction, at least of the handle, was mostly plastic, but you can tell just getting it out that it's a lot heavier. It's got a lot more metal as part of the handle than the fastback knives that I'm used to seeing from Milwaukee. The big selling point on these knives is, you can see it stamped right there, is it says D2 steel. They're using a higher quality steel in the actual blade, so it should hold its edge longer. It should be tougher. D2 steel is not as corrosion resistant as some of the other high quality steels that you see people make everyday carry knives out of. So maybe not a great knife for something like saltwater, but still definitely a higher quality steel than what we've seen in the past. You can see this one has a drop point blade. There are going to be other blade styles associated with the hardline knives, and it does have a black oxide finish. If you close it, you can see that it has one-handed open. It has a flipper with a bearing, so you have to have your hand in the right place, but you can open it with one hand pretty easily. That's definitely a nice feature. You want to be able to open your knife with one hand. That was one of my favorite things about this one, my old knife, is it had the spring assist, so you didn't really have to have your hand in the right place. You just had to get used to flicking your wrist the right way. When I look at them side by side, there's two things that I really notice. One is, you can see when I first opened the fastback knife, the red one, I felt like it was a little bit off as far as the ratio of handle to blade. You can kind of see that the handle itself is longer while the blade is same size. This one still has a 3-inch blade, but it's only 6.9 inches long overall, so it's definitely a more compact handle. But when I hold it in my hand, I don't feel like it really sacrifices anything as far as the ergonomics of the blade and how, you know, I'm gonna hold it when I'm using it. Also on this knife, you can see that it has a body lock, but it's kind of just a flimsy piece of metal in there. It's really about the only metal that's in the housing for this entire knife, but this one has a full frame lock, so it's definitely more robust, and it has a little screw so that you can adjust the tension of the frame lock if you find it too easy or too hard to open. So one-handed opening, D2 steel, 3-inch blade, 6.9 inches overall. It's about the same weight as this knife, but keep in mind it is a little bit smaller, and they're gonna be $69 MSRP. They have not quite hit shelves yet. This one is the drop point. It's 48/22, 1994. When they do hit shelves, you will be able to get them at Ohio Power Tool and ohiopowertool.com.